So we are in Spain, in the Penedes region, because we finally have in the club a Clos Lentiscus for everyone, except for red and orange, because it's sparkling. But I was super excited when we found out we could have enough of this one to be able to put it in pretty much all the clubs. And what better month to do it in than December, because you can either do it for your Christmas or you can do it for what's called New Year's. But the Bubbles man himself. So Clos Lentiscus, he's a I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Clos Lentiscus. He is from Penedes, which is right around Barcelona, where Nick and I used to live. And he makes everything he makes is amazing. I also really love all of his liter bottle lines where he has the different like frog and the dog, and it's very cute. But he's famous for his bubbles, and that's for a reason. So I won't judge you, but I will judge you if you don't put this in a flute. You really need to put this in a flute, because that's when you're able to really appreciate how amazing this guy is at doing sparkling wines. So typically when we're talking about champagne, and we're not talking about champagne because we're basically in a cava region, but still he's making it champagne style. The tinier the bubbles, the better the riddling has been, which is just what they turn the bottles so that they create the carbonation naturally inside the bottle. So the smaller they are, it's almost always like indicative of the quality. And these are some of the tiniest bubbles. These are probably the tiniest bubbles I've ever seen from a Spanish sparkling wine ever. And I'm not at all surprised, because this guy is a master. But yeah, so that's gorgeous. And then the color is great. The grapes are Ul de Llebre, which is just Tempranillo, Sumoll, and I think a little bit of Syrah. So as you can tell, it's obviously Rosé. I don't know how long it was on the skins. I'm gonna guess obviously not that long, but for a minute. And I also don't know how long it had lees contact for, but I'm gonna guess, based on knowing what this tastes like, a while. And it has age on it, which is so exciting, because he ages his stuff, almost all of his stuff. And this one is 2016, 2017, depending on who you are and which one you get. So that is really cool. You don't normally see that. Normally they just get released. They don't have any time to develop any more depth. And we're going to find that in this one. So, okay, on the nose. Oh, it's just like, I think the word I would use is, it's like kind of like luscious. So I'm getting a lot of like lighter red fruits, cranberries, which just feels very appropriate for the time of year. Also, don't like get too far in there, again, because the bubbles are, mine's low. So like if you have a full glass and you put your nose right up to it, it's probably going to like explode a little bit in your face. So be careful. Even like watermelon, raspberries, just like kind of like the fresher red fruits, a little bit of cherry too. And I can already kind of get this like creaminess to it, because it's almost like I don't even know if this is a real type of pie, but bear with me, like a cranberry meringue pie, something like that. It just smells amazing. So let's try it. You can hear the little bubbles going too, which is just so nice. Oh man. So perfect acidity, really long finish, very creamy. All things that I'm looking for when I'm having a delicious sparkling wine. So the fruits are all there. The acid's really high, which is great that it's still there after all this amount of time. I also just noticed on the back that the disgorging date was in August of this year. So that means that he let it sit, I'm assuming with the leaves, with everything, from 2016 until this year. So no wonder we're getting such creaminess. No wonder the bubbles are so teeny weeny. He just disgorged it this year, which means that he let it age and he's decided to release it this year. This guy is just so impressive. All right, so let's go back to it. Yeah, structure is there, super long finish, delicious, like red fruits, but then also this creaminess to it. I'm trying to think of like, there's other stuff there as well, but with the acid and the fruit, I'm actually like struggling to identify it as easily. which is honestly also impressive that the fruit characteristic is lasting this long, considering how long it's been sitting in the bottle so far. So we'll see. We'll come back to it in a minute. But as far as pairings go, I mean, basically, I would just have this anytime. It's just yummy on its own. But put it with like appetizers for New Year's if you're having people over and you want to save it and have a special bottle. Like obviously, tapas food is what this type of wine is made for, so you can't go wrong there. It's going to go great with seafood, but better if it's like creamy seafood, I would say, just because it's got this lovely like textural creaminess to it. Like I don't know, I keep thinking like, you know, pulpo, gambas al ajillo, of course, just all the Spanish stuff. But if it wasn't to do that, also mezze platter, let's say even like a cheese board, all those dips you might be making, all the little canapes. That's what I picture for this. Of course, it's going to go with all kinds of other things, but knowing the time of year and knowing that this wine is very special, I think it deserves its flute and it deserves some sort of really nice canapé, tapas, something to go with it. So I hope you enjoy. I'm so excited that we were able to get this one for y'all.